Hi, yesterday I was working on very interesting task. We have a system which connect to different data sources and we do scan. After we done with the scan, we come up with a risk report. The task was to make a stress testing for this system. We want to make sure that the system will work and it will not crash if we have a huge amount of data, and the report will be valid. The report will be correct. It's going to be correct. How did we think about this problem? How did we approach this issue? First, we need to think what are the environment we are going to do the test. So first we said, okay, we select OneDrive. This will be our data source. And then we say that we will have 100 GB in OneDrive. This is going to be our environment. We have OneDrive, have 100 GB. We want to scan OneDrive. We want to scan those 100 GB of data, and the report should be correct. We should verify that. So if we come down to implementation, we split this task to several stages. First, we want to upload 100 GB to OneDrive. This is not an easy task. And after that, we want to run the scan and just monitor the logs, make sure that it will not fail, the servers will not crash. And the last stage is to verify that the risk report is valid. So first, uploading 100 drive. How did I done this part? I created a bash script. Why did you use bash? Bash is just fast. You write it fast, and you don't have to import libraries and start the app and test and so on. It's very fast to implement, and even fast in execution because you have access to the operating system. So it makes sense in this case. So I created a bash script. The bash script, this is what the bash script doing. We have a template of files. Those templates of files have, just template of production, like a sample of production data, how it will look like. And then we have a structure for how the folders will look like inside OneDrive. So what the script will do is to create those folders, and inside each folder, it will pick the sample files, and then we rename it to a random name and just upload those files. So if we want, for example, one iteration of this script will generate around 300 mega of data, random data. And if we want, for example, if we want to upload to 700 GB, for example, we have to run it 2 times. Okay, so it's an iteration, so for loop, which will generate those files and upload them. Okay, very simple script. And to execute the script, of course, we need internet connection, stable internet connection. The machine itself, it should be, faster, so that we don't have issues on the middle of the upload, because 100 GB is too much. It will take quite some time to be uploaded. So we choose that we will run the script inside EC2 machine. Okay, so I decided, okay, let me use EC2 machine. I upload the script on EC2 machine, then I run the script on the background, and then we log the script and we leave it. So what you should do, you run it at the background, and then so that if the terminal close or something, doesn't matter, it's already in the cloud on the server. And also you log the response. You log the response. So if you have crashes, you see that, okay, there is an error or something, so you be aware. And from time to time, you just check, make sure that it did not fail at any time. And you make sure that it is really boosting the files. It's not just saying it's running, but there is no files on the cloud. Yeah. So this is what I do. And by the way, there was some challenges. For example, to connect. We are connecting to OneDrive using HTTP. So some challenges to connect to OneDrive using HTTP and push the file, upload the files. Several details. Like, for example, we have issues regarding to the permission, for example. What permission do you need to upload files? And you have rate limits, for example. So there are some challenges, some details, but this is the whole idea. This is how we do it. So after we upload 100 GB, then what should we do? We start the scan. We start to execute the test case we want to verify. But there is one important thing on starting the scan. When we start the scan, we need to consider that we need to verify the result. Okay, so to verify the result, we need to start a small scan, and then we collect the data. In our case, we have, as I said, we have samples and files. So we run the scan on those files first, and we see the result. For example, if we have 10 files, okay, and then we have to pick the first file, and we do a scan, and we take the result, we save it. Then the second file, we make a scan, we take the file result and save it. So we have for each file, for each sample file, we have the results. And when we do the scan on the 100 GB, okay, we have to collect the same data we did on the preparation. Okay, so for example, we upload the same files, and then we make sure that the number of files are known, and the result we multiply it by the number of files. Okay, so for example, if we have 10 files, and then each file will be repeated once or twice. Okay, so we have 3 copies of the file. Okay, for example, we have 3 copies of the file. So the data we receive on one file, it should be multiplied by 3. For example, if we have 2 risks, we will have 2 by 3 risks. We'll have 6 risks. Why? Because we have 3 copies. Okay, this is very important preparation before scan. We have to do it. Yeah, and then we run the scan. After we run the scan, we collect the data and verify it in the way which I said. Yeah, so that's what we did. And of course, when we are running the scan, we monitor the logs. We make sure it's not failing. Okay. And of course, we have issues when we are running the scan. We are still fixing bugs and making sure the system is stable. But this is how we approach the problem, and this is how we fix. How do we scan and verify that a huge amount of data? How do we verify that it's working? This is how it works. Of course, from system to system, it might be different. Verification might be different. How we upload the files might be different. But the whole idea is to set up an environment, and then you have to follow those steps. Preparation for the environment, then you do the steps for the test, the use case you want to test. And after you do the use case you want to test, you verify the result. Okay, you have to, of course, collect the result in a small scale, and then you verify it in a large scale. So you have to collect, for example, 1-2 files, and then you verify it on 1 million files, how it will look like. That is the whole approach. I hope this is useful. We'll see you tomorrow.